go. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. You are in bed with me. Hello. I know my lighting's a little rough. I have my little lamp right here, but I guess I could turn my flashlight on too. We're watching Mr. Deeds. Oh, that's better. For you, not for me. There we go. And I thought we could do an energy check-in. We will probably be interrupted, but he's outside right now, so I'm gonna try and keep this at like 7 to 10 minutes. All right, let's just pick up on some energy that we may be dealing with. God, I'm on edge. Limitations and fears. I was going to use this Light Seers Tarot, and I just put the cards away, but these two, we have the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So making a decision. Even though we're not using this deck, it's part of the message. So what is limiting you about making a decision in your favor, right? It could be something that's gonna like completely change your world, like your world, not necessarily the world, but like your environment. We have party external. Are you limiting yourself by hanging out with people that you know either don't have your best interest? And it doesn't even have to be hanging out with, it could just be like energy exchanges, like someone is unpleasant and you know, feel drained every time you're around them or something like that. Oh god, he's coming. I feel like Will from Stranger Things. He's coming. We have guilt, sabotage, and forming a solid structure. So again, forming that solid structure is allowing your energy to shift in your favor. We have Cosmic Purpose and North Node at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you're thinking about what it is that you want to do, but the people around you are making you feel guilty. Maybe there's some, this has been coming out a lot lately, the past few months. Maybe there's some sort of obligation or tradition or expectations from your family, friends. I'm getting like Hallmark movies, like maybe you're working too hard and you're not seeing the result of your work, but you're like still expected to continue doing things that way, even though for you, you're feeling like instead of the wheel spinning in your favor, you're feeling like you're just like a hamster wheel, like you're not going anywhere, right? Maybe that's it. We have transcendence and unity. Allowing yourself to find others who can inspire you and get you out of that space of like self-detriment, or allowing others to pull you down, right? That's why the internet is so great, because you can find other people who have already done the things that you want to do, even if you're around people with smaller mindsets or people who don't think things like that are possible. That was a part of my path, with not only tarot reading, but also like living off grid, doing eco builds. Instead of talking to people around me that have never done that, I took it upon myself, instead of like focusing on people's lack, right, and letting them pull me down. I started being inspired. I started seeking people using YouTube and TikTok, all social media, who were doing the things that I wanted to do. So, if you have someone in your ear, or more than one person in your ear telling you that like, "Oh, that's impossible, you can't do that. Why do you think you would be able to do that?" Those are projections, and they're really, really harmful, especially if you are trying to step into your purpose, make this decision to balance your world, right? This person wants to travel. You see the globe and the little van. So make that decision for yourself. Mr. Deeds is my movie that I watch when I'm feeling a little bit of lack mentality, because it's such a far-fetched, he gets like $40 billion. And some of us only need like money to, and nowhere near that much, right? But some of us need, a nice set of change to make our dreams a reality. Integration and union. I do want to touch on some shadow aspects that seem to be here. Whatever darkness you're being, either someone from outside of you is trying to put on you with their own projections, or if you are limiting yourself based on your past or you know, failures aren't really failures. And I think that's something that our society really drills into people is like, when you're little, they're like, it's okay to make a mistake. But then, like, I don't know, when you reach a certain age, it's like mistakes are, uh, what's this word? Irrepensible? I don't know. It's like unheard of, right? Like, how could you, right? So make sure you're not putting too much pressure on yourself, and also recognize that even if there is a mistake made or there was in the past and others are trying to continue putting that on you, it's one of the reasons I had to tell my family goodbye. A lot of people, not just my family, but some people just don't think that you can ever grow out of stuff, right? They will continue to hold you down with things that happened in your past, right? These limitations, these fears. And there's like this ghost, right? The ghost of the past. The Christmas Story, Scrooge is coming through. 'Tis the season. Maybe watch that, the Muppet one, probably. If you want to, you know, that story is all about past, present, future. Learning from the past, right, so that you can implement a better future, right, so that you can stay present in this moment. But don't allow anyone to shame you into not living your life, I guess, is a way to say it. Oh. Closed off, guarded, compassion, nurture, and chemistry and passion. So there is some sort of partnership here in these cards as well, with transcendence, unity, integration, and union, and the passion and nurture. There's two people present in all of those cards. Wow, I don't know what to say about that. Closed off, guarded, resistant. Maybe you're navigating who to place boundaries with and who to let in. I think that's a pretty common thing that we all go through. I'm sorry about my glasses. So continue to nurture yourself, right? And continue to follow your own passion. The people who have shared chemistry will be aligned to you as you step into who it is you're meant to be, who it is that you want to be, right? You're going to continue to attract whatever it is you put out. Oh, I just got that Pink Floyd visual of the Dark Side of the Moon, that prism, where it's like a black and white ray, or like a sun. Oh my god, I'm having such a hard time talking. Maybe you're very nervous to communicate with someone. My throat chakra is like... Oh shit, here comes the kid. Hello. Is that ice? We're from where? Brrr. He's outside. That prism where there's like the ray of light, and then it like hits an object, and then it turns into like a rainbow. I don't know why that's significant. Maybe that means something to you. Maybe Pink Floyd means something to you. Dark Side of the Moon, perhaps. I don't know. Remove any confusion and illusions. And if something is confusing for you, whether it's a relationship or an opportunity or a reason that things continue to be, like, maybe you're trying really hard. I feel this too. Like, maybe you're like doing everything you feel like you can possibly do, but there could be just a need for a little bit more flexibility. And if there is any sort of confusion around a decision that you've made, or feel like you're making a relationship, if the confusion causes you like clouded judgment, and it causes you to deception and temptation, so what's for you is not going to confuse you. It's going to feel easy, it's going to feel aligned, it's going to feel divine. So if it doesn't feel like that, right, if you're feeling confused, I mean, this isn't necessarily confusion, but it is about making a decision. So make sure you're turning your own wheel in your favor. Make sure you're not giving that power to anyone else, right? And we've done plenty of readings and conversations about how to God, it must be so fun to be a rich man. No rules. Oh yeah. unexpected tower moment or storm, remember that storms are opportunities, right? That's getting out of that victim mentality too, right? Which we talk about all the time. Have I done a collective convo about that? I'm sure I have. We have toxicity bound in patterns, and shadow dark night of the soul on the bottom of the deck. The dark night of the soul is the process of recognizing what's toxic, what patterns you yourself are doing to yourself, what you're bound by. The dark night of the soul is the process of identifying and integrating the harm that you have been caused and the harm that you have done to others, right? And if you don't do that, there will be storms, right? So the universe wants it to be easy. It wants it to flow. It wants your life to, but you are the one here living it, right? So if you are not doing everything to form a solid foundation for yourself, then you're going to be met with resistance, which also came out. I'm sorry, I don't have space to yeah, so make sure you're not closing yourself and guarding yourself from what's meant for you, what you're passionate about. And if you have a hard time with this process, all you need to do, like this Two of Wands energy, make a list, make a pros and cons list, weigh your options. And as you're doing that, you're going to have feelings, right? You're going to be met with, like, literally in the process of doing that, you will be met with feelings like excitement or dread, right? So there's a spectrum between excitement and dread. Pick what is feeling better for you. Obviously, you want to stay away from dread, right? So if you're thinking about, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, if you can see into your future, 20 years or so, what do you see yourself doing? What do you see yourself achieving? And what can you do today to make that happen, right? And again, network with people around the world who are also doing those things. The courage to change popping out. So we have, that's it, change. So we have 3 constants when we're alive: birth, change, and death, right? Everything in between birth and death is some sort of change. That's the only constant. And we are, in our society, very, very resistant to change, because we've been indoctrinated into a system that doesn't benefit. The system itself does not benefit from people being their full selves. They want people to be, what's that word? Fragmented. They want people to be fragmented. They want people to rely on capitalism. They want people to have addictions, unhealthy coping mechanisms, right? With this party and external. They want people to have all of these shadow aspects that we have in this reading: guilt, sabotage. They want you to focus so much on things outside of you that are not in your control, instead of finding your own balance and being able to control yourself. I don't have a lot of other things in here to share. I don't have my usual affirmations, so I'm just going to pick a daily affirmation. These are my daily affirmations at random. I am in control of my thoughts and life. I am determined to enjoy life. I overcome obstacles I encounter with ease. I do not give up. Let's go to a different page. I am healthy and filled with energy. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am becoming more mindful every day. Have a good one.